Good afternoon and welcome to NTA Benin News Update. I am Bukola Urubusi. The rebranded Edo line by the state government is to once again resume its role as a key logistic hub, create jobs and support regional integration and economic growth. To drive the process, the line has been officially inaugurated in Benin City. Goodluck Enaini reports that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, was special guest at the event.
The Edo line, once known as Midwest Line, was established in 1968 under the military administration of the General Samuel Ogbemudia. The company was rebranded as Edo Line following the creation of Edo State in 1991 and became a symbol of pride with efficient service delivery. However, due to inconsistency in policies, it became defunct in 2010 and officially closed in 2017, while its 186 members of staff were relocated to the Transport Ministry. Governor Monday Okpewolo, during his inauguration in 2024, promised to revive the company. Now, there are 100 new hired buses with modernized facilities signaling strategic overhaul. Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, seeks more support to enable the governor to do more.
People who keep quiet like this, don't underrate them. Because he knows what he wants to do. He has prepared himself as far as governance is concerned. A man who passed from the tribunal to the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, he was not denied. He was focused on making sure he delivers the dividend of democracy to the people of Edo State.
Governor Okpewolo is thankful to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his support and Edo people for the opportunity given to him as their governor.
What you are seeing today is a dream come true that Edo people have been in the wilderness for a very long time. Thank God they shine their eyes, they choose to follow the path of Lagos this time around.
Dignitaries at the event who undertook a guided tour of the facility are optimistic of a more developed Edo where citizens will enjoy life to the fullest. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NT News.
The Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation has charged the National Health Insurance Authority and desk officers of the National Social Insurance Trust Fund across all ministries, departments and agencies to ensure strict adherence to policies and best practices in implementing the NHIA Act 2022 and the Employee Compensation Act of the NSITF. Permanent Secretary Service, Welfare Office, Patience Oyekunle made the call at the sensitization training. Ahmad Jabani reports.
The workshop aims to offer in-depth session on the NHIA Act 2022, which mandates universal health insurance for all Nigerians and redefining the operational scope of the agency. Similarly, the Employer Compensation Act, implemented by NSITF to ensure participants fully underscores the rights, responsibilities and entitlements of employers in the event of workplace injuries, disease or death, with experts unpacking legal frameworks, benefit package and operational guidelines in bridging knowledge gaps among desk officers. Permanent Secretary, Service Welfare Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, emphasized that the workshop is part of ongoing effort to improve employer welfare, strengthening institutional knowledge, and ensure the full realization of the objectives of both acts.
It's no longer enough to simply comply with regulations. You must understand them yourself. And beyond understanding, you must ensure you apply it correctly, consistently, and passionately. The implementation of operational guidelines is not a one-time activity. but a continuous process.
Practical sessions focus on addressing common challenges such as delayed claims, poor awareness of benefits, and lack of feedback mechanism in MDAs, with participants introduced to digital tools for processing of claims, reporting, and tracking.
The message we're passing on today is that civil servants, public service employees are fully covered under this scheme. As long as the government is contributing and covering for them under the ECA,
of course, it's their duty to respond to all our enrollees promptly. If you were not satisfied with the service, we have a feedback mechanism. We have a department, a whole department that handles that. So therefore, give us feedback.
With strengthening desktop officers' capacity, the implementation of the NHIA Act 2022 and the NSITF Employer Compensation Act is expected to be more responsive, inclusive, and impactful. Haman Jabani, NTA News.
Now to security matters. With an unwavering effort to combat crime and ensure public safety, the Edo State Police Command says it has rescued 62 kidnapped victims from different locations in the state, with other achievements recorded between April and July this year. A statement by the Commissioner of Police, CP Monday Agbonika, indicates that the command recovered a total of 45 assorted firearms, including AK-47 rifles, pump actions, locally made pistols, and cut-to-size guns, as well as 163 rounds of live ammunition, 5 empty magazines in different parts of the states. He added that among the 62 kidnapped victims rescued were women and children, but sadly, they lost one young victim, a 12-year-old girl, to the reckless violence of the kidnappers. Also, a total of 40 suspected kidnappers, 11 other suspects were also arrested for armed robbery and other violent crimes. 124 suspected cultists were arrested, many of whom have confessed to belonging to different cult groups. 46 suspects were also apprehended with firearms in Benin City, while others were arrested with dangerous weapons and cult paraphernalias. The CP says the command will continue to strengthen community policing framework across local government areas, while acknowledging how regular engagement with traditional rulers, community leaders, youth groups, and religious institutions have helped in intelligence gathering. He notes that as the senatorial and federal constituency by-elections slated for August 16, 2025 approach, the Edo State Police Command remains fully committed to its mandate of protecting lives and property and urges members of the public to continue to support the police by providing timely and credible information. The Edo State Police Command has declared missing one Chidera Omo, female of opposite Roslyn Hotel, Benin, Agbo Road, Benin City. Statement by the Command's Police Relations Officer, CSP Monday Yamu, says the missing girl was reported by her auntie, Chigoze Samuel, whom she said left home on July 13, 2025 to fetch water but never returned, and all efforts made to trace her proved abortive. Chidera Omo is 13 years old, dark in complexion, about 3.5 feet tall, without tribal marks, and speaks English fluently. The statement wants any person with useful information about her whereabouts to contact the nearest police station or call the following numbers: 091 305 527 14, 070 863 721 38, or other numbers to call our police control room number 080 376 462 72 and 080 777 737 21. That is the size of our news update. Join us again at 7 for the main news bulletin. Thanks for watching.